Hello students, how are you all? Hope you all are good and fine. Today we are going to learn chapter 5, an introduction to Excel. This is part 1 video for chapter 5. Today we are going to learn these topics: an introduction to Excel, starting Microsoft Excel, difference between a workbook and a worksheet, and parts of an Excel worksheet. Okay, these are all the topics today we are going to learn. Before going into the topic, let me question first. In before days, what are all the things we use to calculate? As we can do our calculation using a paper pen or a calculator, mobile phones, etc. Right? But we also use Microsoft Excel. Okay, the software name is Microsoft Excel. We are going to learn about that Microsoft Excel in this chapter. First, this is the task that is given in the book. We are going to do it. Gopi is making a bill of the books and other stationery items he bought last week. Help him fill in the missing data in boxes labeled to A to E. Take your book, page number 42. See the table 5.1. Okay, they will be given the table. The items are computer book, notebook, pen, calculator, school bag. Okay, these are all the items. And how many quantity does Gopi bought? This is the quantity column, and the rate column is calculated to one quantity. Okay, the rate given in this table is calculated into one quantity, and the amount column is being calculated according to the quantity that Gopi has bought. Now we are going to calculate the A, B, C, D and E. We are going to find these A, B, C, D, E using the Excel sheet. Okay, this is the task. We are going to do it in end of our lesson. Okay, first, starting Microsoft Excel. In your book, they are given Microsoft Excel 2010, but in my laptop I am using Microsoft Excel 2007, so I am going to show you Microsoft Excel 2007. The first step to start a Microsoft Excel 2007 is click on the start button, and the second step is click on the all programs, and the third step is click on the Microsoft Office, and the fourth step is click on a Microsoft Excel 2007. Okay, these are all the four steps to open the software Microsoft Excel 2007. And the Excel windows opens to display a new file. A Excel file is called a workbook. Okay, if we have a notebook, we call if we have a paper, we call it as a notebook, right? We can compare it to our notebook. If we have a notebook, that is with the papers, right? Like that, your workbook consists of worksheets. That is just as a notebook consists of pages, a workbook consists of the worksheets. A worksheet has rows and columns where you enter data. Okay, your worksheet has a rows and columns where you enter a data. Okay, for example, in your classroom, only if we take it a boys rows, boys side, that is a column, boys column and girls column. Okay, two types of columns we have in our classroom. And if we have 5 rows, that is the first row of boys and girls, that is the first row, and the second row of boys and girls, both it is called as rows. The rows placed in the horizontal and the columns placed in the vertical. Okay, Now we are going to see how to start a Microsoft Excel 2007. Okay, now what is the first step? Click on the start button. See, if I place my cursor in this, it will show start. See, okay, first we have to click on the start button. If I click on the start button, it will shows the list of options. In that, what is the second step? Click on all programs. See here, click all programs. Now we are going to click on all programs. If I click on the all programs, it will shows me some options. Okay, what is the third step? Click on Microsoft Excel. We have to search where Microsoft Office is there. Okay, we have to search in M. So here Microsoft Office. This is has been placed as a folder. And next, the first step is click on Microsoft Office Excel. Okay. If I click on this Microsoft Office, it will shows me a list of options. Okay. You can simultaneously see the pictures they have been given in the figure 5.1. Okay, where the Microsoft Excel is there is in the second, the Microsoft Excel 2007 was there. So we are going to click on Microsoft Office Excel. If I click on that, then the Microsoft Excel will be open. This is the Excel window, opens the new file. This is called a workbook. Okay, these are all the pages. We have pages in our notebook, that is page number 1, 2, 3, like that. We have a sheet, that is see at the bottom, sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. If we want more pages, we can add to sheet 4, sheet 5, like that. We will add how many sheets also. Okay, these are all the steps to open Microsoft Excel. And now see here, A1, this is the name box. If I place my cursor in A1, it shows that is the name box, and the A, B, C, D, these are all the column headings, and the 1, 2, 3, the numbers has been displayed as the row headings, and these are all the work areas. This is the sheet tab, that is sheet 1, sheet 2, etc. These are all the sheet tab. If we want to insert another sheet, we have to click here, insert worksheet. Okay, this is the insert worksheet button, and if I place my cursor in this box, then this is called as a active cell. Okay, if I place here, this is also called as a active cell. Okay, now we are going to learn the next topic, that is the difference between a workbook and a worksheet. Now we have learned what is a workbook. Workbook is considered to be a notebook. Okay, you have to compare it to a notebook. Workbook compared to notebook, and worksheet compared to a pages. Okay, first point in workbook, it contains many worksheets, and in worksheet it is a single sheet of a workbook. Sheet 1 is also called as a worksheet. Okay, but in workbook it contains many worksheets, n number of worksheets it has. Okay, so it is called as a workbook. And the second point is, you cannot add and change data in a workbook, but in worksheet you can add and change data only in a worksheet. We are not supposed to add a data and change the data in a workbook. We have to only add and change data in a worksheet. And third point, you cannot add a workbook in another workbook. We are not paste two notebooks, right? But we can add pages in our notebook, like that. We cannot add a workbook in another workbook, but in worksheet we can add as many worksheets as you want in a single workbook. Okay, and the fourth point, your workbook holds the entire data. Your worksheet is a page in a workbook holding only specific data. We have n number of worksheets, right? So if we want, we can add in a sheet 1 the name list of our class 7, B1 and B2. And then in the second sheet, we can add the first midterm mark, and this third sheet, we can add the first term mark, and in the sheet 4, we can add another set of marks, and at last, we can add the total number of marks by the students. The totally considered as to be marked data in the workbook, but in worksheet, if a page it is only holding a specific data. If we open sheet 1, then it will only holds the data of quarterly marks only, first term marks only, like that. Okay, this is the difference between the workbook and a worksheet. And then the next is the parts of an Excel. A worksheet has a number of parts. Okay, we are going to learn 6 parts of Excel. First, rows, columns, and cells. Second is cell address, and third active cell, fourth name box, and fifth formula bar and file tab. Okay, these are all the parts we are going to learn in the Excel. Okay, we already know what is meant by rows and columns. What is the rows? As it is in horizontal, and the column is vertical. Okay, don't confuse. Now we are going to learn the parts of an Excel in this Excel page itself. Okay, Excel, Microsoft Excel 2007. What is the first part? See your page 44 in your book. First, rows, columns, and cells. In Excel worksheet, rows run horizontal. Okay, this is the horizontal, and the columns run in vertical. Okay, in Excel, the alphabets that is considered to be the columns and the numbers considered to be the rows. Okay, the intersection of a column and row is called a cell. This is where you enter your data. Okay, if I click here, then see the highlighted alphabets, that is F and 5. Okay, if I placed here these two sides, both the column and rows, that is the vertical and horizontal, that has been highlighted. So this is called as cell. Okay, where I have placed my cursor, that has been highlighted like a black box, that is the cell where we have to enter the data. Now I am going to enter a data. Okay, class 7. These are all the data I have entered. So if I place my cursor here, I will enter my data here. Okay, like that we are going to do. And row headings. Each row is identified by a number called row heading. These are all the row heading. Okay, these are all represented by the numbers. Row headings appear along the left border of a worksheet. This is the left hand side. And the column headings, each column is identified by a letter called column heading. And the column headings appear across the top border of a worksheet. Okay, this is the top side. And the next topic is cell address. Each cell in a worksheet has a unique address. This helps to differentiate between cells in a worksheet. A column heading followed by a row heading creates a cell address. For example, B2, B2, C5, D10 and G15. The cell G15 is located in column G and row 14. Where is G? Okay, this is the G column. Where the 14 is here the 14. So this is the cell address. Okay, this is the G14. Okay, we are going to give address like, first we are going to write column in where the cell has been placed, and then we are going to write the number, that is rows. Okay, if I place my cursor here, what are all the things that has been highlighted in column is H. If we want to going to write the cell address, the first we are going to write H and then 2. Okay, H, see here H, and then this is 2. So this is the cell has been have an address that is H2. See here, this is the name box. The name of this cell has been, that is called as cell address H2. Okay, now I am going to place it in B2. Okay, this is B2. Once I have been changed my cursor to the another box, suddenly the highlighter has been changed and also the unique address. This is a unique address, that is the name box that has been changed. Okay, once again see, I am going to place my cursor in another place. Okay, see, okay, this has been changed. The name box has been changed to D10. If I've been placed here, see B7. This is the address of the cell. What is our next topic? That is active cell. When you click on a cell, a thick black border appears along its border. See, if I click here, this is a cell. If I click here, the thick border along its boundary appears. Okay, the black border. This is a active cell. This cell is now called an active cell. We can enter data only in an active cell, and the highlighted boundary of an active cell is called a cell pointer. This is called as the highlighted border is called as a cell pointer. And the name box. The next topic is name box. See, this is the name box. The name box that has been displayed here. Okay, if I place my cursor there, it will pop up that name box. Okay, if I click here, then the name box will be changed according to the row and column, right? Okay, so this is the name box. And the next is the formula bar. The formula bar display the contents of the active cell. See in your book, page number 45, figure 5.6. That is a formula bar. We can also click in the formula bar to enter the data into an active cell. If I placed my cursor here, this is the, what is the address? F3. If I want to enter a data, this is the formula bar. If I place my cursor here, see, this is the formula bar. If I add anything here, then the text will also be typed in a active cell. Okay, if I see, if I place my pointer here, then the formula bar will shows the text that has been typed in a H5 cell. Okay, if we want to directly type in active cell also we can type. If we want to type in a formula bar also we can type. The active cell text will be displayed in the formula bar. Now I am going to first add computer. See, once I have been typing here, the text will be displayed in formula bar also. Now I am going to add type in a formula bar itself. Once I have been typed in a formula bar, the text will be displayed in active cell. Okay, this is called the formula bar. And then next is the file tab. The file tab is used to open new or existing worksheets. It is also used to save and print worksheets. Okay, see page number 45, 5.7, that is a file tab. Okay, we can save and print worksheets. Okay, this is the file tab. If I click here, these are all the list. We can save and we can also print our worksheet. Okay, this is the file tab. If you want to open a new file also, we have to click on the file tab. Hope you all have understand the Excel. We will learn it in detail in the next session. Thank you all.